Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I rise tonight to speak on the teacher shortage motion. I speak on this because I believe that apart from parenting, this is the most important role that has the greatest impact on our country's future. We all know that the majority of a person's thinking and behaviours are developed in their formative years, and the older we get, the more difficult it is to change our thinking and behaviour, except for you, of course, Deputy Speaker. This is why the value of parents and educators should never be underestimated. I have never been an educator. However, my mum was a primary school teacher her entire working life, some 50 years in the Queensland state school system. I have close friends who are either teachers, principals or deputy principals, and my wife is a teacher's aide. So fortunately, I was able to have great conversations with them when preparing this speech. I also have a great relationship with the schools in my electorate of Longman and have been privileged to obtain the views of some of those educators as well. The Commonwealth provides around $760 million per annum in university funding for teacher education, which is a significant investment, and rightly so. What price on a child's future? So why are there less and less people taking up this incredibly vital vocation? For many years, teachers were held in very high esteem and were considered pillars and important members of communities. Some of the feedback I have received from these people at the coalface on why people are leaving the profession of teaching or aren't taking it up at all are many new teachers have come from stable family backgrounds themselves and struggle to deal with students who are from unstable family backgrounds and have behavioural issues unfamiliar to them. Those who have been in the profession for some time comment on the fact that disrespectful, antisocial and/or violent behaviour has risen dramatically over the past couple of decades. One teacher told a story of asking a student to join the class as they were going to a swimming lesson, and she was told to go away and was a stupid teacher. The teacher expressed that she was thankful that it was this mild, as previously she had been sworn at and even physically struck. Another long-term teacher said that academic outcomes would be greater if they didn't have to focus on teaching students life skills that parents used to teach their children, such as manners, personal hygiene, sex education and respect. Every moment our teachers are educating our children on these matters is a moment they are not teaching them reading, writing, history, science and the like. One of the biggest deterrents amongst most of the teachers I spoke to was the often long and arduous process when a complaint was made against a teacher by a student, colleague or parent. There have been instances where cases were drawn out as long as 2 years, and often the defending teacher was not even notified they had been exonerated of the complaint made for months after this exoneration happened. There was also the comment made that the lack of consequences for those students, parents and colleagues where false allegations had been made and were proven to be false. A report in the Australian Financial Review just today, Deputy Speaker, reported that 50% of principals had been physically threatened. 50%. That is simply outrageous. So after this feedback, what are the solutions? Where do we go from here? Some suggestions I've had from these educators are more investment in parenting courses and education on how to be a parent. If parents taught their children what parents are supposed to teach, then the teachers could focus and spend more time teaching what they're meant to teach. A more streamlined process for complaints and allegations against teachers with timeline limits on decisions to reduce stress on those who are eventually found innocent. Real consequences for those who are found to have made false allegations. A more diverse range of education delivery. One principal shared that our current method of educating suits just 30% of students. That means that there are 70% of students that will be bored, disengaged or simply not understand the information being taught to them. I have two of these alternative schools in my electorate of Longman, Horizons College and Alta One, who both provide excellent alternative education for those students who are disengaged with the traditional school system. We need more focus and investment in more alternative types of education so we can provide quality education to a broader range of students. Many of the behavioural issues that create most of the issues we have in our schools are due to students feeling inadequate or even stupid because of the way we measure competency, or they are simply bored or switched off as the education system they are in doesn't suit their learning style. So I sincerely thank our teachers for all they do under extremely frustrating circumstances, and I promise you, I will do all I can to ensure you have the working environment you and our children deserve.